As parents, we don't acknowledge what we do when we're reading anymore. That is why we may feel helpless when our children have difficulties understand what they're reading. Hi, my name is Justine Dinsma, and I'm a remedial teacher at the Learning Disabilities Institute. As parents, we don't acknowledge what we're doing while reading because we've automated most of these tasks. One of these is word identification. We understand their meaning, and because of our reading experience, we understand the general message conveyed in a text. For example, we know who we're talking about when we read a pronoun. We also manage our understanding rather well. We notice when we don't understand, and we use different strategies to resolve the problem. Understanding a text is a combination of many tasks that we do simultaneously. The learning curve for these tools can be quite steep for children with specific needs, and not always for the same reasons. Indeed, from one student to another, the difficulties can vary. But there are some strategies that can help you as a parent to help your child to improve his reading comprehension. First of all, make sure that the identification of words is not a problem. The action of understanding what we read contains the automatization of tasks like reading the words properly and associating a group of letters to the right sounds. It takes some time to achieve, and for some children, it can be problematic. In these cases, they often have issues to understand what they read. They are focused on decoding the words, and they don't have any energy left to associate them to their right meaning. On top of that, their mistakes often aggravate their issues with word identification. Does he have a hard time recognizing words he has been often exposed to? Does he associate wrong sounds to certain letters? Are those long-lasting behaviors? These are only examples, as manifestations of wrong identifications can vary from child to child. You should consult with your child's educator to validate with a reading specialist if this is indeed one of your child's problematic. Without the ability to read words with exactitude and fluidity, it is often impossible to fully understand what we're reading. Secondly, vary the occasion to learn new words. In addition to decoding written words, your child needs to be able to link these words to a meaning, images, and one or many significations. Varying occasions to learn new words can be of great help to strengthen its reading comprehension. You can think of when you're reading with your child, insist on complicated words, find synonyms, think about related words, talk about their other significations, etc. Vary your cultural activities. Go to a museum and bring your child's attention to new words. Go to a national park with a guide and discuss about new words he may have learned. Use a rich vocabulary when you talk with your child. Use different adjectives and verbs to express yourself. Every speaking activities that you do can help your child to get a deeper understanding of what he reads and make better connections with his knowledge. Read with your child and use strategies before, during, and after the reading. Learning to manage your reading comprehension of a text is a long and laborious process. You can help your child by modeling and verbalizing out loud the strategies that you use as an expert reader when you read together. Being exposed to a real-life model will incite him to reproduce what you're doing. You can, before reading, do a book overview. Look at the titles and the images. If it's a story, try to predict what will happen. If it's a documentary book, make connections with your personal knowledge. While reading, ask questions. Try to predict the story. Stop when you encounter new words. And after reading, talk about what you liked in the book, summarize what you just read, and make connections with the story and real-life events. While reading, ask questions, try to predict the story, and stop when you encounter new words. After reading, talk about what you liked in the book, summarize what you just read, and make connections with the story and real-life events. Finally, guide your child through his reading choices and awaken his interest. Obviously, having trouble understanding what we read can make the activity quite repulsive. Children can quickly lose interest in reading when they don't understand. So because their difficulties must be worked in real-life context, it is important to give them access to a rich environment prone to arouse their desire to read. You can go to the library, let your child choose some books, and choose some more for him that are of interest and at his level. Read audiobooks. Understanding what we read is not only linked to decoding the words. Audiobooks can greatly improve many aspects of the comprehension and help with vocabulary acquisition. Although understanding reading for a child requires him to carry out many tasks he has not always learned, you can always, as a parent, take some actions that will help him to improve his reading comprehension.